Dies ire, dies illa, salvet seculum in favilla.
14th century was a period of major prosperity for York, and Stonegate by this date was one of the most important streets in the city. In the 14th century, new buildings were constructed all the way along Stonegate. Many of them survive today. These are large, three-storied, timber-framed buildings with projecting jetties over the street. These would probably have been rented out as shops and houses for prestigious craft workers. Stonegate was a centre for the metalworking trades, so we would expect pewterers, goldsmiths, blacksmiths lining the street. Behind those buildings were some very large, prestigious houses which in the 14th century belonged to the canons of the minster. So these were ecclesiastical properties that were used as residences by members of the ecclesiastical elite.
An excellent example is this two-storey building of Norman freestone. Decorative details and masonry date it to the 12th century. It would have had an undercroft of wood supporting the first floor, which was probably also timber made. The house was an ecclesiastical property occupied by the minster clergy until as recently as the 19th century. It is without doubt the oldest dwelling house of which substantial remains still stand within the city. Money poured in from trade and commerce, but also religious tourism as pilgrims flocked to the shrine of St. William in the minster. Walking down Stonegate at this time, you would have seen the particularly devout pilgrims walking barefoot, or even crawling down the street towards the minster. The craft guilds also funded mystery plays, religious dramas performed on wagons in the streets. There can be little doubt that on certain days, especially religious festivals, these productions were taking place on Stonegate. To be involved in trade in York, one had to be named a freedman. The title was inherited, bought and earned through apprenticeship. This volume lists the names of some 28,000 men and women who were given the freedom of the city.